Have you by any chance implementing ISO, any kind of standard, and you are getting stuck on the starting phase where you have to define the issues which are there in the organization? This video would be for those people. If you are implementing ISO 9001 or for that matter any kind of ISO standard, there is a clause which is clause number 4, which says that all kinds of issues which are there into the organization needs to be defined. Of course, it is there in your mind, but it needs to get defined on a piece of paper. What are the issues? And this video will clearly define what are the requirements of defining the issues, how they are defined, what all mindset do we have to have, so that the implementation, or rather whatever comes on the paper, is exactly as per the requirement of the standard. In this video we are going to look at how our or how can we define the issues. Now, when we say issues, these issues are internal to the organization or even external to the organization. Internal, there are different interested parties. Externally, there are some different interested parties. Now, based on that, in this specific video, I will be telling you how to define the internal interested parties. So let's head to the mind map and see where and how interested parties are defined and how the issues related to interested parties are defined. So let's move in to the mind map. Okay, so this is the mind map, and here we are going to look at what are the internal issues. Okay, so internal issues, there are two different types of issues. Now, normally when we say issues, we always refer issues as something which is negative only. But the language of ISO is little different. In the language of ISO, it is also said that the issues could be positive and could be negative. So negative definitely we know, but the extra addition for the issues is positive issues. Now, since we are defining internal issues, we need to look at how they are bifurcated. Now, these are the bifurcations, and for any internal issues to be defined, 4M needs to be kept in mind. Those 4M are: first is man, then material, machine, and method. So let's try to find out what are the positive issues when it is related to man. Man means anyone who is working in your organization, because this is internal issues. So all your employees on the payroll, as well as on the um, uh, your hired employees, or rather your contracted employees, which are working through a contract supplier. So even those, even whenever they are working internally, that is in the premises, they are also termed as men who are internal. So let's find out what exactly are the positive issues with man. Now these are the positive issues. Let me increase the format. Yes. Now, the first positive issue with man is if you are having knowledgeable staff. Knowledgeable staff in the sense, if any of your staff is well trained and they are not having any training issues, or there is no one who comes to you by asking, "Sir, I don't know how to do this activity, please explain me." And this happens only when your workforce is a little older. That means they are around 1.5 to 2 years old. If it is that situation, then in that case you have a knowledgeable staff. Now in organization there are different types of or different combinations, like we may be having uh, 80% of the knowledgeable staff, 20% are new, or maybe flip side is 20% is knowledgeable staff and 80% are new. So based on that, you need to decide whether this issue, that is knowledgeable staff, is a positive issue for me or a negative issue. If it is negative issue, that is many of the workforce are new and they don't know how to do certain activity, or rather we can say if they are not multitasking, you may term them as negative issue. But if they are multitasking as well as they are knowledgeable, then it is called as knowledgeable staff. We come to second, that is regular workforce. Now there is, in some organizations, 5 to 10 workforce, 5 to 10% of workforce is such where, they are regularly on a leave, or they just go away without informing, and their work uh, gets hampered, or rather the complete output of the organization hampers, because these people don't come on time, or they don't work, or rather they take leave. So if that is the case, based on that we need to decide whether this is a positive issue for you or a negative issue for you. Again, if the workforce is very much regular, you may term it as this is a positive issue, right? If not, then this becomes a negative issue. But now we are talking about positive issue. So let's talk about the third positive issue, which is a multitasking force. If you have a force, if you have employees who can work on A part of the organization, even B part of the organization, at times they can handle C part and even D part. And this chunk of employees or workforce, the percentage is higher, then you can always say that this is a positive issue for you related to man, which is you have a multitasking force. Then, based on where is your location, whether it is into an industrial sector or it is into a non-industrial sector or a municipal corporation, or ZP, that is Zilla Parishad Corporation, you have taken. I mean, depending upon the earning ability or the earning potential of, or a spending capacity of you, the labor is termed as either cheap or either expensive. If the labor is cheap, in the sense that if normally in any other industrial area, if the daily wage is around 350 or 400 rupees and you are paying only 250 rupees, in that case you may term it as cheap labor, and cheap labor is always a positive issue for an organization, right? So this was the fourth positive issue related to man. Fifth issue is skilled labor. Now, when you say knowledgeable, it's a different thing, and skilled labor, it's a different thing. Skilled in the sense there are some trades which we call it as skilled labor trades. That is, if you have a certified turner, certified fitter, certified machinist, certified welder, certified brazier, certified, there are many trades, painter. If we have skilled labor from this force more, then we can say that we have positive issue, that is our labor are skilled, or the people who are working are skilled. Now, there are some activity in the organization which needs skilled labor, because the norms of the industry also says that skilled labor should be working for certain activity. That is, for example, a welder. A welder has to be a certified welder, and his certification becomes valid if you are from that industry. So if that is the case, then you can say that you have a skilled labor. If not, it goes against you. But otherwise, this is a positive issue related to man. Now, the last is salary is given on time. Is this an issue? Yes, this is also an issue because if you are not paying your people salary on time, their mindset or their you know the whole thing thing of relating themselves to the organization is something different. If the salary is given on time, the increment is given on time, naturally people have a very good affinity towards working, which is only one factor. It is not 100%. At times it can be misleading also, but most of the times when you say that you are giving salary on time to man, then that can be termed as positive issues, right? So let's close this and come to material. Now, when we say material as a positive issue for material, these are the five options. Now, again, I say that this is a mind map created by me, so it may not be that all the requirements or all the issues are being discussed here, but of course you will get certain knowledge of how to define positive issues. So I would request earnestly that you sit with your pen and paper and you scribble down whatever comes to your mind, because this video you can watch it on YouTube n number of times, but then it is better that you have scribbling pad with you so that you are able to write down what exactly are the positive issues in your organization, right? So let's come to the material. Material, quality material used. That means a material which comes as a raw material at your place is verified by a quality engineer or a quality inspector. If this process is in place, you can say that the material issue, that is quality material used, this issue is a positive issue to you, right? Secondly, if the setup or the client says that the material which arrives at your place should be verified by a third party, which may or may not be appointed by the client. If that is the setup, then you can say that material is always verified by a third party, certified third party, which is appointed by you or other, in case by a client. If that is the case, then that is a positive issue related to material. Let's go to third. You are purchasing material as per the customer requirement and it is approved by the customer. Okay, so your customer has given you the requirement of the raw material which needs to be procured, and the same raw material as per the customer's requirement is purchased every time. If this is the case, then it is a positive issue for the material, right? Secondly, we'll come to the fourth point, which is the material which you procure is freely available, right? In some cases, it is an issue that the material is not so much freely available and you have to stock more than what is required, as per your finance or as per the storage area which is defined. So if in case your material is freely available in the market, you may term this as a positive issue. If not, then it goes negative against you. Then the material which you procure is from an authenticated source. Either it is authenticated by you or it is authenticated by your customer, or rather it is customer directed source. If this is the situation at your company, then the material or the positive issue about material regarding authentic source is positive issue, right? So these are some of the examples of positive issues related to material. Then let's head over to machine. When we say machine, the positive issues could be you have all the machines which are newly purchased machine, very recently purchased, maybe 2 years or even 1 year old machines, and they are perfectly fine, and they are doing their job in a fantastic way. If this is the situation, then it is a positive issue for the machine. Then the second positive issue is decent quality refurbished machines. Now, in some cases, what happens is purchasing a new machine is becomes very costly. So the the entrepreneurs like SME, what they do is generally they purchase refurbished machines, which are machines which are used somewhere else for some years, but then they are refurbished. They are, you know, they are made, or rather, uh, tried to make made as new, and then they are purchased. And of course, if this the quality of machine refurbished machine is good, this is a positive issue. The third issue is maintenance done as per the OEM, original equipment manufacturer. If you have purchased a new machine, or even if it is a refurbished machine, if you are doing the maintenance activity as per the OEM, uh, authorized original equipment manufacturer, if that is the case, then you can say that it is a positive issue. Fourth issue, no breakdown encountered. When you are working with machine day in and day out, if the maintenance is done as per OEM, it is understood that the breakdowns are reduced. In your case, if the breakdowns are not there, or if they are reduced, or if they are very less, you can say that it is a positive issue related to machine. We come to the fifth one, which is processing speed is good. Now, in some cases, if the machines are refurbished machines, it could be previous generation machines, not the latest one. If it is new machine, well, it is, it is enhanced version of the previous level. Okay. So if you have new machine, naturally your processing speed would be good. But even if it is a refurbished machine and you have done some changes, or the seller from whom you have purchased has done some changes, and the processing speed is decently good, not as per the latest one, but it is decently good, then you can term this as a positive machine issue. Okay. Then we go to one more, that is spares available with OEM. In some cases, what happens is if the machines are very old, it may happen that manufacturing of such kind of machine is discontinued by the OEM. And in that case, if the manufacturing is discontinued, even the spares are not available with the OEM. If this is the case, then this goes as a negative issue with you. And if it is available with OEM, it is called as positive issue for the machine. Then after sales service, similar to spares availability, if the spares are available, that means the even if it is a refurbished machine, the OEM is still manufacturing the new machine as well. So that is the reason the spares are available. And when the spares are available, naturally the after sales service is also available and it is cheap. If that is the case, then you can say that you have a positive issue with machines, right? So here we end the third M, which is machine. Let's go to the method. So when you say positive issues, with the method or the process, if the method is documented, defined and documented, that means, let's say, for example, some small manufacturing process, or let's take, for example, welding. If the process of welding, how to do welding, what exactly needs to be done with the welding rod, what type of welding rod we use, is it recommended? Is it recommended by the client, or as per our knowledge, or it is recommended by OEM? What is the um, I mean the machine, the welding machine which is used, is it calibrated? All these things comes under the method. And then how to keep those two pieces so that they are welded properly, how the welding is done, is the welder qualified or not? All these things, if they are there in place, we may say that we have defined and documented method. And if that is the case, then this is a positive issue. We head to the second one, followed in toto. That is, in some cases, it may happen that the method is defined and documented, but may not be followed. So if that is the case, then it becomes a slightly negative issue, but otherwise, if the method is followed in toto, then it is a positive issue. Then method. If you don't find any incidences of gaps in the method, that is, uh, out of 30 times, even if 25 times the method is followed in toto and there are no gaps, you may term it as a positive issue. But the process is saying something different and there are incidence gaps of while adhering or doing that method, then that becomes a negative issue. Then the fourth one is no product or service rejection seen when this method is followed. Wow, this is a very peculiar and a really typical kind of point where when you are following this method, you don't see any rejection, service rejection or product rejection. That is in the end product. There is no rejection in the product. If there is no rejection in the product manufactured or service rendered, we can definitely say that the method is followed in toto. And when the method is followed in toto, the method is a positive issue, right? We come to the last point in the method. Specific type of culture is followed. That means while defining the method, that method is also defined, it is documented, it is followed in toto, there are no incidence gaps, there is no product or service rejection at the end of the process. If all these things are there and added to that, people have certain good culture which is developed and maintained at your place. That is, for the example, when the welding is done, the welding rod and welding machine is kept at a good height. It is unplugged from the electrical board. The electrical board has sockets which are closed. We have a electrical person at your place. If this is the culture and there is general cleanliness in the manufacturing unit or cleanliness in the office, if that is the thing, then we can definitely say that the method followed has a certain good culture. If that is the thing, then it is a positive issue. Now we are ending our positive issues. Now let's come and see what are the negative issues. Now in internal issues, as the way we see positive issues in man, material, machine and method, similarly negative issues can be or possibly negative issues are there with man, material, machine and method. So let's talk about man. So whatever we have seen in positive, it could be negative at your place as well related to man. That is less knowledgeable staff, workforce churn is more than the industry average, or it is very irregular. You can say that is a negative issue. If a single tasking force is there or people based work is going on, then you can say it is a negative issue related to man. If the cost of labor is high, you can say that it is a negative issue with the man. If you have semi-skilled or unskilled labor percentage more than the skilled one, you may say that is a negative issue. And if you are not able to provide salaries on time to your employees, they don't have any affinity towards working more in the company. So if that is the case, then this becomes a negative issue related to man. Now let's talk about material quickly. Usage of second grade material. At times what happens is the material of a specific grade is not available in the market, and without even asking the customer or informing the customer, we use a second grade material. Even if the customer is not having any requirement towards material, generally we use a second grade material. If that is the case, then it is a slight material negative issue. If there is no third party testing done on the material, well, it goes against the issue, that is, it is a negative issue. Uh, this will rarely happen, very, very rarely, in 0.0001%, because any SME who gets an order from a customer, he will definitely try his level best to follow all the norms which are set by the customer, because if customer finds any issues in the end product, the SME may lose his future orders. So this is it is a very rare thing, but yes, at some places it may happen. Even if in some cases where the customer is not the person who defines the quality, and the quality of the material is defined by the owner himself, then this could be a negative issue. It may not be as per the customer requirement. Okay. Then fourth point is scarcely available. Now, in some cases, what happens is customer has defined something as a material quality or raw material quality, and that material is very scarcely available. If that is the case, then it could be a negative issue. Or if it is not, then of course it is a positive issue. Then the source is not authentic. Now you know from where you are buying the material, and you are well aware of whether the source is an authentic source or it is not an authentic source. So based on that, you take a decision whether to keep this issue as a negative issue or as a positive issue, because as I said, the document which you prepare for defining positive and negative issues, you are not supposed to, or rather it is not at all a required document as per ISO standard, any standard. But because this is the base on which the whole ISO standard is built, you may have to scribble something on the paper and keep it so that the next steps of implementation can be followed easily. So you may decide. Then we can say some negative issues about the machine would be the machines are very much old, maintenance done by a local person, not an authorized person. You encounter frequent breakdown with the machine. Because the machine is of older version, the processing speed is very slow. So the consumption of electricity is more, and against that, the output of the material is less. If that is the case, it is negative issue. Then OEM has discontinued manufacturing of these kind of machines. Now the machines which you have at your place, if those are refurbished machines and those machines the OEM has completely shut down their manufacturing, then naturally the spares availability could be a scarce, and also the after sales service support is also not there. If that is the case, then that becomes a negative issue. Then the last one we will talk about is after sales support. As I mentioned, that after sales support is not available. So these are some of the negative issues with the machine. The negative issues of the method would be the method is not defined, not documented. The same process is not followed by all. That is, 3 welders are there or 4 welders are there in your premises, but the welding activity is not followed the way it has to be followed by each and every one. All welders are following their own way of doing welding. If that is the case, the method is a negative issue. Then client raises queries in their audit regarding the method followed. So sometimes what happens is when you work for any specific client, they do an audit at any supplier's place, that is at your place. If you have encountered such kind of audit at your place and your client has raised many negative comments in their audit, which is relating to the method and following the method, you may say that the method negative issue is from the client queries in the audit. Then there are gaps in the method which are followed, which you see while you are auditing the method or otherwise seen by the client in their audit, goes against the organization. Then lastly, there is no specific culture which is followed. You have a haphazard way of doing things. You have a very cluttered way of doing things. The process is not simplified. The method is not simplified. If that is the case, it is a negative issue. Here we come to an end of yet another video which talks about internal issues. If you have learned something, if you have scribbled something on your pad, then let me know in the comments what you have learned from this video. If you like this video, hit that like button, subscribe to my channels, and you will get a notification for all the future videos. Seen just now, I would be also attaching the PDF of that mind map in the description below. At the same time, if you would like to join our Telegram and Facebook page, the links are there in the description. You can join us so that you get an update to whatever is there in the certification industry or the implementation industry, what the standards are saying. You will be getting intimated regarding the videos whenever it gets uploaded. And at the same time, if you have any queries when you are implementing ISO related standard at your place, you can just put a question there and somebody would definitely reply. At the same time, if you like this video, again a request for sharing this video with n number of people. Like this video, subscribe my channel, comment below what you have learned from this video. Let's meet in the next video. Thank you very much.